Kokomo.
Yeah, we are streaming.
And
Turn right on
she's attending IUK in biology.
Nice.
So,
Well, there we go, turned on. All right. All right, it's 2:30. Let's call the Stormwater District Board meeting to order. We need to approve meetings from our January 20th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, approve them. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? That is approved. We need to sign our minutes from the July meeting also. Where is it? That's that.
Coming down.
They're coming, okay, good deal. While we're doing that, any old business? I see Hayden shaking his head, no.
No old business.
All right, move on into new business, the Howard County Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund.
Okay, so this is probably one of the larger items of discussion for today.
Yep.
Is you all were at the meeting we had here last week in reference to creating a revolving loan fund so that we could front money to projects that we have sewage problems on. And the concept of that is to utilize Taylor Sewer District as an extension of the county's arm to deal with illicit discharges. So in other words, the Stormwater District is required to investigate and eliminate illicit discharges. So when we have a community of homes or a small gathering of homes on all of our surrounding towns, that we know have problems discharging, their on-site systems go to field tiles, and we start doing those investigations, we want to have the ability to do a complete fix instead of charging each homeowner the cost of trying to put an on-site system in. If that's feasible, if it makes sense to do that, we want to be able to do that. Having the Taylor Sewer Regional, or the Sewer District in the county is a way that we can eliminate the expansion of government. Since they already do it, they can expand their bounds with just a request to IDEM and take over some of these areas. The challenge is you have to have money up front to do some of the study work to figure out how to fix those communities, those smaller areas. And that money then can be reimbursed once the project moves forward and they get the loans to do the project. That money can come back to us. So creating this revolving loan fund, I see it as a win for Howard County so that we can continue over time to fix our problems.
Yep.
That's the whole concept of it. So through conversations with the council, we are on the council for this month to create that fund. And then I'm on the council for May. I'll go before council for additional appropriations, and we'll take $500,000 out of our stormwater fund to populate this revolving loan fund. So that's the mechanism.
Does the Stormwater Board need to make a motion that we approve that before you go to the council?
I would like consensus of the Stormwater Board that this is the direction this board wants to go, yes. The other thing that I would like to hash out is the methodology that we're going to accept from Taylor Sewer, what they're wanting to work on next, and the approval process for that loan, and like the terms and that kind of stuff. Because how I see this is council sets up the fund, they approve this fund, but this board's going to be the oversight of that fund. So in other words, for example, Devon Woods. Devon Woods has a problem. Taylor Sewer says, okay, well, we're willing to help out. They put together a proposal on the money they need to do their study to fix it. They bring that proposal to this board. We review that, ask all the questions, and potentially, I really like the concept of what Daryl was saying is we need the homeowners involved from the get-go. That's when the homeowners would be able to come and listen and ask their questions as we're learning of the project and talking about the project. I don't think we need to make a decision right away, but at least we would hear both sides of the fence on how to fix it, what the homeowners truly want, and then we decide whether we want to support that project or not. And if we don't, it stops. If we do, we're taking the chance of that money not coming back if the project fails, or if it continues to go through fruition, then we get the money back into the revolving loan fund, and we do it again.
Okay, and I like all that, but I guess my question would be, because we're gonna be oversight for the Stormwater Board's gonna be oversight for your office or for the Taylor Sewer District?
The Stormwater
So-
Board is the oversight of the revolving loan fund.
Okay, that's where I was getting at, because I'm trying to see this process work, and if this is for lack of a better term, I don't want Taylor Sewer District, receiving the monies in and outs, okay,
No,
that's,
I think what the front money
does that
would
make
be.
sense?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, that's not the way it's gonna be set
Okay.
up.
No,
As long as it's coming through your office, auditor's office, and through our oversight.
it would be through the Stormwater Board
Then-
or the Stormwater Office, yes. That's where we would write a single check to the consultant that is working for Taylor,
Okay.
which today is Lana. At some point in the future, it won't be. It could be somebody else. But
And to make this just a little bit further, so that I understand totally, when we go and say, okay, they come back and say Devon Woods project's $2 million, just throwing a number out there. That money, at that point, if they give monies toward that, or would that then go through Taylor Sewer District? Or would that-
So Taylor would be the governmental entity applying for the grants and loans to construct the project. And that's where we get our money back. Once they get those grants and loans for the project, there's a line item in that grant or loan money that we get reimbursed. But the entity themselves, Taylor Sewer, would be signing the line for the loan dollars. The county would not.
Okay. There,
All the county's doing is fronting the money for the study on how to fix the problem.
and I'm for that, yeah.
And there's a good chance we could get that money back to where it will be revolving. There is a chance we could choose poorly and the project doesn't go forward.
Right.
And then that money's gone. And we would have to, the Stormwater District would have to reseed money potentially at some point if we choose poorly several
But-
times.
To get this project going, we figure it's gonna be $500,000 obviously in the fund, but it's not gonna cost $500,000 to tell us what's
No.
wrong with
This
the
first one, no.
No.
Absolutely not. That's why I wanted to start with a small one. That way if we do it wrong, we're out $60,000-$70,000. We aren't out $500,000. We'll have information, but
Right.
What should the motion say? That we support the decision of that the Stormwater Board supports Howard County Council and,
Creation of the
yeah,
revolving
we're
loan fund.
Creation of a lo-
requesting the Howard County Council to create a revolving loan fund for sewage illicit discharges. Something along that lines?
Right.
Will the fund be replenished? Say we pay $70,000 to the first consultant. Is the balance just gonna stay 430 after that?
Until the balance gets down to zero, and then a decision will have to be made. Either we're waiting for that money to come back with the projects,
Yeah.
Right.
or if we've chose poorly and none of them get built,
Then,
then we gotta decide, well, was that worth it or not?
yeah.
I'll make the motion that we, Stormwater Board, supports the Howard County Council in revolving loan fund for illicit discharge of sewer projects or.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
All right.
Opposed? That carries.
So
So,
what are your thoughts on their application process and
I think with the,
repayment, that kind of stuff? Do I need to try and type something
with the
up?
kind of money involved, I would think we need some kind of documentation.
I
It
think
doesn't have to be
so.
anything elaborate, I don't think, just some kind of application, what they're gonna use it for, and their understanding that they need to reimburse through any funds they receive through grants or loans.
Are we gonna charge an interest on this money?
Do we have to decide that today?
No,
No, you don't.
And is that a council decision or is that this board's decision?
I think it's this board's decision. Cause the council just created the fund.
They create it, and they're not gonna wanna have any involvement in it other than that, just creating it, I don't think.
Right.
And they shouldn't have, because it's out of their bailiwick.
right.
So if we charge interest, is that money gonna go back to the general fund, the interest, or is it gonna go into the,
Revolving fund.
I'd say if you start charged interest, it goes in the revolving fund.
Yeah, that way your revolving fund keeps up with inflation. That's the only benefit I see of the interest. I see the detriment is these are our constituents and I would rather give them interest-free money. But that's just me,
Alan, when would we need a decision on that?
prior to an application, I would think.
Right. You know, all the council is going to do is a resolution approving the creation of this fund. It's not gonna be funded next council meeting. So
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
won't
gonna
be-
take some time for you to think about it.
Yeah, it won't be funded, we won't have funds available until at the end of May for Taylor to request this. So
So once
we
the
have
fun-
time to think about it.
Once the funds are available, I would expect a pretty quick application from
I
Taylor.
would think so as well.
So at that point, we're gonna need to know, are we gonna charge interest and what rate we're gonna charge it at? And
And then when does that interest quit? Because if they don't get their construction dollars, it's over with anyways, so that it's moot.
Yeah. You're right, it won't make any difference whether we charge interest or not.
Right.
At that point.
I'm a little bit hesitant to charge the interest just for a number of reasons and, they've already paid taxes on this money.
Right, absolutely.
And to charge them interest on top of that,
It's just a way to keep the fund moving forward. If not, at some point, inflation's gonna catch the fund
yeah,
where you'll have to put more
I
money
get
in.
that, it's gonna catch.
I
up
won't be here
tomorrow.
then, I promise, but someone will.
I would like to table that interest discussion and.
Well, what if we're probably gonna have to set a special session
Right.
once the fund's created and the dollars are put in it,
Sure.
because Lana's gonna be saying, okay, we need to move, how do we do it? So what if we, over the next couple weeks, Hayden and I put together a document on what we think needs to be in the application, how we want the payments, or how that's gonna roll, and kind of the methodology, would that
That'll work.
make sense? That way, it's very clear, we can hand that to Taylor, and if they have any heartburn with it, we can massage through it,
Makes sense.
Yep.
okay?
So they would probably, in June would be the earliest that they would make application.
Yes. Yeah, I'm guessing in June is when they're gonna be wanting to file something for the request. And I know one thing that I do wanna state, and I wish Jack was here, one of his biggest concern is that fence. So these dollars would not be utilized for the fence because Taylor Sewer District doesn't own the plant yet or is not responsible for
Right,
it. We're
right.
just doing a study.
Right.
So I was gonna talk to Sheline and see about our unsafe building fund, which I know you guys control, but maybe that would be a better use of getting that secured. If you guys want it secured, I think we need
Well-
to do something
A lot of kids back there.
right. And that's what his concern was, is we're aware of it, a lot of kids around, maybe that, I just didn't, Sheline wasn't here today, so I didn't get to talk to him to find out. Is that anything you want me to continue to chase?
Yeah, you could check into that.
Yeah.
Because I think that, those dollars then would be for implementation of the fence. But we don't own it, even if we don't get it, say this flops and the woman ends up keeping the plant and redoing it herself. We still are gonna have money in it, and I don't know, can you guys get your unsafe funds back? Like if you board up a house and the house gets sold, do you get that money back?
Put lien on the property.
Yeah, so we could do that and put a lien on the property, and if Taylor ends up with the lien, then maybe those dollars could come back, I don't know. I was just thinking through that a little bit. That way at least it gets secured.
Right, I feel better about that.
Does that sound like a plan to you?
Yeah.
So we'll draft something up on
Application process and approval process.
approval process. And mailing, I definitely wanna make sure we mail everybody that would be involved with this so that they can come to the public hearing and at least listen.
That'd be for this board.
Yep.
So we, okay.
So we're gonna have a lot of people here, potentially.
Might have to tweak the time a little bit, might be a little early for folks if they're working.
I think we'd probably, if we get into this first one, we should do it as a special session and put it
Evening,
after, on an evening timeline.
that's, yep, it's only a winter.
Because we're definitely gonna fill a room. We may have to move to the basement.
Yeah, there's 60-some homes out there, so yeah.
Right. Especially if we're gonna drag 4 Mile Hill in it too,
Yeah, if that's gonna, yeah.
so. That's just the tentative thought process.
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure I got your guys' input on it.
I like it.
Okay. Well, we'll head that direction.
All right. Any more on the revolving loan fund? All good on that?
Yep.
Moving on to administration.
Okay, geo permits. The software's up and running. We are still meeting and tweaking on a few workflows, but it's doing very well. I know other departments are using it also. So I'm pretty pleased with it.
Good.
I think we're just about done with geo permits as far as any concerns.
Yeah, I mean, we're about done with having all of our workflows ready. I think just the violation workflow is the only one that needs some tweaks, and it's still in operation. So,
Right.
yeah, just about golden there, hopefully.
So the money we spent, Stormwater paid for the original startup of geo permits of 80,000, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 departments using it currently, and the planning commission starting this summer to start to use it for building permits. So I think it's gonna be a huge win for the county. Having all permits on a parcel right there on Beacon.
That'd be nice.
To where you can find everything that's happened with that parcel. So that's that. The sidewalk project is done. It is paid for. We've replaced the bricks that got broken over the winter time from a snow plow or something. But I believe we're all done with the sidewalk. You guys all good with the sidewalk stuff?
They look good.
Yes.
I think it was a good project
Yep.
and we got it taken care of. It is draining now, finally. Taylor Sewer. I would just ask Brad, how's Taylor Sewer getting along right now?
Well, good shape, they're IDEM compliant, finally.
Did IDEM do an inspection out there here recently?
I don't know if it's recently or not. I haven't got a chance to talk to Lon about it. Last time I heard that they got everything back in order and all the pumps are repaired and all the lift stations have been repaired and
Backup generators work?
they had an issue with one of the backup generators at one of them, I think it was a main plant maybe, but they had a surge, had a power surge, and I think had a board go out, but think they got that repaired, so that's been all taken care of. But that was due to, I think, a lightning hit.
I need to ask Lana for an update of financials. I know that they have used all of our ARP dollars that we have given on
Right.
all the programs that we've given. But I haven't seen how the district is operating. Are they in the black now?
I believe they are. She sent, don't know if I can come up with that real quick. She sent an email prior to our meeting the other night. Can't. I'll have to get it to you. I don't think I can come up with it right now.
No problem. It's just something that I haven't followed up on lately, and I hadn't seen a financial report lately. But I think kudos are in order for the commissioners for stepping in and making that happen. That was gonna be something severely bad, and I think you pulled it off. So thank you.
What's the date today? Mark that in the book.
That's right. We'll
Yeah.
call that a win for the commissioners today.
Since Greg Vaughn told me to be on that board.
Sure, you did it.
You
Good job,
did
Brad.
it. That's
Good job,
right.
Brad.
Next item is the IDEM annual report. Hayden got that taken care of, and Brad signed it. Do we need a wet signature today, or is?
No, yeah, everything, so Item got back with me on that, everything was satisfactory, we had all that signature from, Brad was all that we needed there, so,
And is that in this binder?
no, it's not included,
Okay.
yeah.
We will get you a copy of that annual report and get it in your binder. But everything was as usual. Worked out good. We're on track with our milestones for this permit term. And that covers administration. Any questions on admin stuff? All right, education and outreach. Hayden, I'll let you go through that.
Yep, so in this last quarter, the main educational event that we attended was Howard County Ag Day, which was out at the fairgrounds in Greentown. We gave a presentation there on the water usage, and so that was primarily to fifth graders from various schools around Howard County. A little bit over 100 students came through, I believe. So that event went pretty well. That's a yearly event that we always work together with the Purdue Extension Office. They're the one who hold that event. So that was all good. Other than that, we recently started a partnership with the YMCA. We have some resources such as a water table. So basically this water table is interactive. It's an interactive table where you run water through, and then you can teach these students about watersheds, about, the way rivers form over time. So, instead of using this for just a few events a year, we are gonna leave this here at the Y, go there, train the camp counselors on how to use it, as well as give them some presentational videos that they can show these kids coming through the camp. Then I may stop by the camp once or twice, do my own demonstration there. So I think that'll be a good partnership for us, and looking at different ways we can work with the Y and especially the camp out there, since they are gracious enough to let us use that site there for our We every year, the Wildcat Experience. So I think that's going to be great.
So yeah, instead of, they're trying to build a interactive training for the summer camp kids. And so we're feeding into that and trying to get more kids involved with the environmental side of things. So anytime we can help them create some curriculum, that's what we're doing.
Only other part of education outreach participation, we've been working together with the other local MS4s, still holding these monthly meetings with Kokomo and then the Soil and Water Conservation District, just to make sure we're on track for all the projects that are going on. So nothing really to report on that. If you guys are good on that, I can move on to illicit discharge detection and elimination.
Yep.
Okay. So I haven't been able to do any outfall testings this last quarter with it being cold, and then recently with it being pretty rainy, since I have to wait 72 hours after rainfall. But we actually have completed all of the walks we're required to do for our IDEM permit. We're just looking to do a little extra here, get out especially to the reservoir and then the Wildcat Creek. So I'll have to bring the canoe out there. I tried to get to the reservoir last year, but the water was too low. I couldn't even get the canoe through there. So that's luckily filled up since then. So I think I should be able to get out there and get to some more of these outfalls. The only other update would be on that dye test we did a couple of years ago now. So that was forwarded to the health department. They've been working with all the homeowners. There's only, from what the health department told me this morning, one more house that needs to do the full replacement of their septic system. It seems like, according to the health department, they're still moving in the right direction, so they haven't done any enforcement on that yet. So that's the only update I have on there. Do you have any questions about that?
You guys made HBO on that one.
Yeah.
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 I actually purchased it so I could watch. My wife said, not impressed with your cinematic debut. Alan's was better.
Haven't seen it.
You're on there, talking,
I've been told I'm on there.
talking.
All right, well, I can move on to construction, post-construction then. So for that, I got a list here of the active construction sites with permits that we're currently working on. So that includes a couple Duke projects, the 23009 pole replacement. They have a substation expansion going on. Then I have the solar project. There's the Kokomo Oaks RV campground. They have received their permit. A pond fill permit, one home build left. And then we have Shamrock Storage Phase 3 and Promise Wedding Estate. So those are all the active permits. They're all in different stages of construction. Some of them haven't started yet and they've just received their permit. Others are kind of at the end where we're just waiting for grass to grow.
Did that 50 East permit get transferred to the city?
So not officially yet. I need to talk with them more, but I got the answer back from IDEM on how that's going to be transferred to the city now that it's no longer in our jurisdiction.
Excellent.
Yeah, because that was part of the annex that was done by the city of Kokomo, this pond fill. So we're no longer going to have that one soon. And then we have some active ones that are sending us their plans, including this C-Store gas station and the Western High School turf football field that's coming in this summer. And for exemptions, we issued 7 exempt permits for home builds, which are under an acre of land disturbance. Any questions on any specific projects that we are doing inspections on right now?
No, sir.
Any complaints on solar?
Haven't heard any lately.
No? Have anybody been out to solar?
Yeah.
Have you guys driven out
I
there?
drove through
looked
I was
around?
out there
I drove through.
2 weeks ago, was the latest I've been out there.
So you didn't see any
I
anything of concern?
I was actually impressed with what they've done, to be honest with you. They've done a nice job.
I have to say, they are very well to work with. Not saying that they're doing everything perfectly.
I'm not either.
We're still doing our inspections weekly, but they do try to accommodate the corrections.
When I drove through there, I noticed the street sweeper out there sweeping the roads off.
They have two street sweepers running all day long, and then a third one to clean the fobs when they get full. Yeah. I think from the photos I saw from last week's inspection, the area is greening very nicely. You can see it from the road, it's green. They still have a lot of seeding to do and some ground cover stabilization to do, but we're working on that.
Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure you hadn't been receiving any complaints or anything verbally,
There is a commissioners meeting today.
so that may change. Okay, thank you.
All right, and then the last thing just to touch upon is the good housekeeping. So the only thing I have for that right now is the salt barn over at the county highway department. That's all been completed, and I think that they just did their final grading around the perimeter of the building. So they hadn't gotten to that part yet. Wait until the snow was off the ground and they had some more time to get in there. So that's completed. We're still doing quarterly inspections over there to make sure that everything is going according to plan. So that's all I have over there for good housekeeping.
All right,
Anything else?
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn, all in favor say aye.
All right,
Opposed? We are adjourned.
we can go over there now.
Yeah, thank you.
I emailed you two things that they sent